At number 72 on the iconic 100 is the 1914 Baltimore News Babe Ruth card. And here to talk to us about it today is Sports Card Pete from Instagram. Pete, I know you had this card quite a bit higher on your list, which isn't shocking to me because I know you're a vintage baseball guy. You had this at number 21. Talk to us about how you feel about it being 21, or how you feel about it being 72, and why you had it as high as you did.
Okay, so I'll try to take the opposite view of my view. I think the opposite view is that it never comes up for auction, right?
Okay.
You never see it. It's him in a minor league uniform. I think these were put into magazines when he was in college, or sorry, when he was in the minor leagues. And so that would be the argument for putting it as high as, where you had it. I disagree. Obviously, I think this is legitimately Babe Ruth's rookie card, right? And so there's actually the National where Collectible had one on display, the SGC3. It is incredible. You never see it come up for auction. It was a high dollar amount, kind of, in the 2018 range where I think it last sold. You just never see it. It's a beautiful card. It's his rookie. There's other cards that are kind of like his Red Sox 1960 issuance, where you kind of are more mainstream and are regarded as his rookie card, but it's not his real rookie. This is his real rookie. You just never see it. It's hard to ding a card for being so rare. That's why it should have a much higher rank than where it is.
So this is something that we're going to see a lot throughout this list, in particular on the rarest old school baseball cards. These are cards that people who are well versed in the vintage baseball world look at as absolute grail type cards, and to them they are the most iconic of cards. But to people who don't, people who aren't in the old school baseball world, they look at it and they go, I might not even know that card exists. And that's nothing negative about the card. It's just that sometimes, things that are really rare don't end up sort of entering the hearts and minds of collectors because they never see them. If we were seeing this card once every couple months set records, I think people would view this card a lot higher, and I think it would have ended up a lot higher on the list. Is that kind of how you feel about it?
Totally agree, and I would venture to say that I bet you the Gowdy Ruth is probably ranked better than where the Baltimore News is ranked, even though obviously the Baltimore News is people would rather have that card. It's more more rare, more expensive. But yeah, I totally agree. I think if you saw it auctioned off, I mean the collectible is a little different, but I think if you saw it at a one of the higher end auction places, kind of at a marketplace where people were bidding, I think you get a lot more articles on it and a lot more eyes on it. Not to knock the way it was sold, but I think you just don't see it come up frequently. It needs another sale, and I think you get more attention. Where the Honus Wagner card, which I think is very rare, rare as well, comes up a couple times a year. You just don't see that for the Baltimore News. What's the quote? Too rare for your own good. That might apply here.
So this card, I was unaware. You're teaching me right now. Is this a card that there's a lower population of than the Wagner?
I don't know what the actual population is, but I mean, I think of population as churn, right? So
yeah,
if some cards that are numbered to 100 sell 40 times a year, and some cards numbered to 100 sell at once. I think this card, I'd imagine there's probably less examples in the Honus Wagner, considering I don't think there's been a public auction since over the last couple of years, and so I'd venture to say it's way lower than the 60 or so that are kind of known to be the Honus Wagner.
Awesome. Well, Pete, great take on this card. Really appreciate you covering it. Thank you for teaching us today. Again, at number 72 on the iconic 100 list, we have the 1914 Baltimore News Babe Ruth. Tomorrow we'll be back with card number 71, and until next time, happy collecting.